So many people sharing so many different sentiments about the overall market. I think it's best, if you're a beginner or you're experienced, to provide you the data and to allow you, the user, the investor, the trader, to make their own decision. So again, let's go ahead and jump right into it. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. Markets are incredibly volatile today due to the CPI data report, and also another variable that is currently getting factored in. The NASDAQ market is up 1%, and it's not just because of the CPI data report, but it was in the green prior. It looks like market was really anticipating CPI to come in much lower than what was expected. And again, right as the report came out, some people started saying, oh, this is rigged. Of course it's going to come in lower. That's just, they're manipulating the market. You guys know that I'm not a conspiracy theorist. When it comes down to oil prices, especially if you look at the month of June, which is again the month that was currently reported, oil prices were going down, right? You could see here that UCO this was around early to mid-June, was trading right around 47. It already peaked in the month prior, the month of May, and we hit lows, if I'm not mistaken, in the month of June to lows of 31. We went from highs of 50 to lows of 31. Oil prices were dropping. So again, one of the biggest contributors to our inflation rate, if you've been paying attention, especially on this ramp up, due to the conflict in the Middle East and the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, has been oil. And if you look at month over month, every single month that led to big gap ups, especially when it comes down to oil, biggest contributor has been oil. Finally, we saw, again in the month of June, we actually saw a retracement. This shouldn't have been a surprise, and the actual report came in much better than what was expected. And that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Again, people will always like to judge or say that the system is rigged. Now, there are moments, and things that I'll call out about Trump. I do not support his insider trading or any of his crypto promotion or anything that's a conflict of interest. But when it comes down to this, it's, why are we going to point the finger? Also, some credit was being given to the new Fed chair. He didn't do anything, right? All this had to do with was the ceasefire that pretty much presented itself in the month of June. Oil prices began to drop. We saw that firsthand if you have access to a trading platform, which I hope you do, and you saw oil prices drop. So again, you put two and two together, okay, oil prices was our biggest contributor leading up to June to our inflation rate. Prices of oil are dropping in the month of June. Prices of oil are expected to drop in the month of June. And that's exactly what was tracked. We saw a 4% or 0.4% decrease. Our overall CPI data report went from 4.2% down to 3.5%, and core CPI went from highs of 2.9% to 2.6% or 2.5%. If you pull it up here, we went to 2.6 for core inflation and 3.5, both coming in lower than what was expected. So it's a success. It's a win. Markets have every right to celebrate this. Now, is it a big surprise? Not really. You have to give it the day or the time that it needs to kind of celebrate this win. But then remember, what's currently happening? Well, UCO is going back up, and this is in the month of July. So if the closure or the Strait of Hormuz continues to remain closed, this will then be a concern for up and coming CPI data reports maybe next month. That is if the strait remains closed and if the attacks continue to happen and oil prices continue to go up. Again, this is just for you to be aware. Oil is one of the main drivers right now for inflation. So if oil prices continue to go up because of the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, then guess what? Inflation is likely to be higher in the future. So therefore, we can expect inflation to be higher in the future, which means that markets can maybe begin to factor that in and begin to sell off. It's not that deep, right? Also an update. Yesterday, Trump replaced or initially announced a 20% oil fee on the Gulf states with trade and investment deals into the U.S. So yesterday, he announced that he was going to charge a 20% fee for being the guardian of the Strait of Hormuz. And now he's saying, actually, we're just going to replace this with investment deals in the US. I don't know if he just woke up and felt like doing something different. I don't understand how, again, things like this, just why he has to share every idea. I think sometimes discretion is really important until it's solidified. But to me, again, it's just another way for Trump to try to influence the market, for markets to feel like money is going to get poured back into the U.S. economy. Will it actually hold? I don't believe so, because again, they don't run the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. doesn't. It can try to, but that is the current conflict that is going on, right? This morning, IBM crashes 25%. If we look at IBM this morning, it is currently down 24% after reporting worse than expected earnings, and also guidance was a lot less than what was expected. What was the biggest concern? Supposedly, a lot of these big companies that are investing into AI are trying to invest into memory or storage-based chip companies, and not just IBM. With that being said, they are seeing a decrease in demand, which again, when you're priced to perfection, corrections follow when it's not perfect. Not much of a surprise there. I think more things like this will begin to present itself. The big question is this an overreaction? If so, and if you believe so, do some due diligence, create a plan of action, and then make sure that you manage and mitigate risk. But I can see why someone would try to entertain this as a possible oversold reversal, buy into the lows, and see if it begins to recover. I would love to follow up with it and see if it actually does. The last thing that I wanted to share with you is I'm sure that you are seeing a lot of semiconductor stocks perform incredibly well today. SanDisk is one of the biggest winners, which SanDisk was one of the biggest losers yesterday. SanDisk today is up 5.4%, which again is a big win. What exactly is driving that? Well, markets are up as a whole, but also the South Korean company that was driving a lot of negative sentiment into the market is currently trading higher today. So again, at one point today, it was up over 18%. Again, I like sharing this with you, not because I think it's a good time to necessarily buy those companies, but again, it's important to understand what is positively or negatively influencing the market currently. And then you can at least make a more informed decision and ask yourself, do I want to partake in that momentum, or do I think it's short-lived and maybe just want to stay away? So again, the big focus right now is inflation. Inflation is currently dropping, but if oil prices continue to rise, as we are currently seeing in the month of July, then again, inflation is likely to rise in the month of July and get reported in the following month. So I'll make sure that I do my part in keeping you guys up to date. I know, again, it's a super boring update, but guess what? Markets are trading sideways. It's a great day for scalpers. It's a very boring day for investors. So do not overcomplicate it. If you feel like market's not really showing a clear sense of direction, then when in doubt, never be afraid to cash out, and I'll do my part in keeping you guys up to date. I hope to see you for tomorrow's live trading session whenever you're ready to tune on in. Second link down below, use promo code YouTube at checkout, and you will get a really nice discount. And remember, it's a one-time payment for lifetime access. I appreciate you guys' time. I hope that we're in the thumbs up. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team, and happy Tuesday.